That'sEnough.com is your boy DJ Quiz. I interviewed this gentleman on one of my segments maybe about like two years ago.
Yeah, it was a minute ago.
We're
friends. I don't know why you're giving me the curve like that.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This is one of those interviews where
man.
It's Emilio Rojas is probably one of those guys, one of those artists who are really, you're like friends with everybody, bro.
Nah, man. Nah.
I
don't like any of. Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, we're cool. Like, I mean, you know, you're the homie. He's such a nice guy. Yo. He's got a Buddha on his neck. Like you can't not be friends with somebody with a Buddha on.
Yeah, I am very spiritual though. I am in front, man. Like, but it's like you're one of those artists. Like I said, man. Like everybody knows you. You're in the scene all the time. You're out and about in New York City. It's not like you come into town and you for like a quick second, then you're gone.
Yeah.
Like,
nah, I definitely am around.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We go out. I've been quiet for a little while. Like we kind of took a step back because it's a little bit of a weird year. So you know, I haven't really been out as much, and it's crazy how much like the New York scene especially has changed. Like since last January. And
speaking on that, like you've been moving a lot since last January.
Yeah.
And a lot of things been happening. First and foremost, No Shame, No Regrets just dropped.
Yeah, we dropped that. What day is today? Friday. We dropped that Tuesday.
It
was iTunes release, and it was a free mixtape that you could get like on all the blogs, Complex, Two Dope Boys, Dat Piff,
right.
Now Right, you know.
That'sEnough.com.
That'sEnough.com.
For sure.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? And your boy Jonathan, did mention that it was
Suge
the top.
White.
Suge White.
Suge White.
Shout out to Suge White.
Suge White, my big Caucasian manager.
John goes hard. I ain't gonna for shout to you, John, but he did mention that top 20 on iTunes.
Yeah, it was
and
crazy.
It's a free project. What's going on?
I don't know. I mean, that was love, yo. Like to see, like, I mean, it lasted a day.
Right.
But shit, like a day when we're giving something away for free, like when we cracked that was I shed a little tear, like, you know what I'm saying? It was it was dope, like to see the fans come out and just to be supportive, even though they could have just been, bums about the shit and just went,
So let's talk more about the project, like the name.
So
it sounds personal. It sounding that, no shame, no regret.
You know what it is? It was like a project before. The last project before No Shame No. So 2 projects ago, that was too complicated. So 2 projects ago, we dropped a tape called Life Without Shame. And the title for that tape was like an homage to a public access show that was on Rochester television. I'm from Rochester, New York. And that public access show was like 2 old white dudes with like scraggly heavy metal long hair, and like they would go to strip clubs and just, just do a bunch. They were just ratchet old white dudes, like, you know what I mean? So I kind of named that tape after that, and people, when I dropped the tape before No Shame, Breaking Points, people were kind of upset. They thought that I maybe departed a little bit from the sound that we had on the Life Without Shame joint. So No Shame, No Regrets is like, look, I don't really regret anything that I've done, but it's also like kind of a return to what was working really well for us before, So
are you saying that you try to switch up and it didn't work, so you went back?
Nah, I mean, I didn't really switch up. I think people's hold on, you can edit this one. So I didn't really switch up. I thought that the way the last tape was received was a lot, and like, it depended on the perception. Like there were rumors that I was going to MMG at the time, and like, like people, like a lot of my core fan base didn't really want to see me do that. So I feel like there was a lot of shade, and a lot of people were excited for me too.
I was excited as hell.
Yeah, I was excited too. I mean, that was a great time,
right?
So,
for sure.
And Ross showed a lot of love. That was a huge look. So I mean, I was very appreciative of that. But we kind of took it back, and less of the trappy type of beats, because I'm a New York artist, and like although I got the flow and like I could bounce around on them like low slow tempo joints, like we kind of took it back, just did some more New York type records. See, that's where I'm from,
See, I was gonna ask you about that, because some of the records you did put out before, they were a little trap type, and I got to know you of the, I don't hate to use the term, but like a boom bap. You're lyrical, put it like that.
Yeah, I could rap.
You're a real rap artist. So, I sensed the change. That's why I thought it had a play on the name of the title, the mixtape, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why we did it. Like, it's like, yo, I don't feel bad about anything because I love the Breaking Point tape. Like, I was still spitting. It was just a different type of production aesthetic. So,
what was the recording process like? Some of the producers.
Oh, dog, man.
I know you. I know personally, like, me and John been speaking and stuff like that. So I know there's a list of people that you're working with. So
yeah, I mean, we work. I've always worked with Illmind, always worked with M Phases. We got in with Kanai Finch, who's an incredible producer. The Renegades, I did a bunch of records with them. This kid Audio Jones from Miami, who's like, it's like super dope. We did a lot of records for this tape.
Yeah,
like probably 45, 50.
Wow.
And then we put 12 on the free version, and then there's 14 on the iTunes version.
What was the hardest part of recording this project?
I was getting frustrated because, my management and like my team, we kept on like saying, all right, we're gonna put the project out now, and I would have records ready,
right,
and then
pull it back.
They would push it back.
Right.
And the reason we kept pushing it back is because like we kept getting ourselves into situations that, we didn't get ourselves in situations, actually. That's not fair to say. Life threw us a couple curveballs,
right,
and we had to readjust. So that's what we did.
Okay. So when you say life throw you a couple curveballs, and I know it's a good time for you right now again with this new situation with this little industry talk, G and Shadow.
We just linked with D and Shadow, and Empire Distribution has been handling this release through iTunes and the Vivo and all of that. But we're still totally independent. And this is great. It's like you have the two best radio cats in the game,
sure,
as part of your management team, and I ain't mad at that.
What is that conversation like
with them?
How did that approach?
Man, they show tons of love. Actually, it was Jay Andino, who's another part of my team.
Shouts to Jay. What's up, Jay?
Big shouts. That's my Puerto Rican homie. They just showed a lot of love, and he kind of facilitated that. So, he was talking with them, seeing if it was a fit at first.
Right.
Like with anybody, you gotta, people want to see what you got. So we played them records, and they love the records, and there we go. Now, that situation, I pretty much, like I said, is probably a good time in your life right now. Now let's go back. I feel good.
I have to ask you about the MMG situation. So
okay.
I'm watching the blogs. I'm getting these emails. Emilio Rojas. It's like, is this thing really happening? Is my boy Emilio about to get signed to MMG? What the hell happened with that, bro?
I mean, Ross reached out. He said he liked my music. He quoted a couple bars to me. Spiff had started sending records back and forth. We recorded the tracks. Went linked with Ross a couple of times. He was like, yo, we're going to do, he was texting me, yo, you MMG? And I was like, all right, cool. And then we just, once the lawyers started talking, we couldn't work it out.
Oh, wow.
So that was it.
I guess shit happens, right?
I mean, I feel good. I feel like I'm in a better situation than I was in last year.
Right, for sure.
And
absolutely.
he, that helped. Obviously,
a lot.
The fact that he showed love and said that he was dope. You know how the industry is. You got to have a certain level of cosign. People got to step out because people are scared to like something that,
of course,
that nobody else is liking. So, that was a blessing. And, I'm very appreciative of that. And it didn't work out, but that just means it wasn't supposed to work out for me.
Was it meant to be? Another situation came about, and that's meant to be.
Yeah.
Now, going back to your project, favorite record?
I mean, personally, I like the intro record a lot because it's just basically this has happened since the last time you heard from me. And I know we were quiet for 18 months.
Yes, you were.
So people were like, yo, what the hell happened to Emilio? My fans were hitting me up on Twitter yo, this is Detox. It's never going to come out. No, I was literally getting that. That's not a shot at Dre. I was literally getting that message on my Twitter once a week. People yo,
not
where
for
the
nothing.
Hell is your tape?
And honestly, not for nothing, I would email and I would text you to see how you were doing, and I would email John what's going on.
Yeah.
So
that's what that was. I mean, we had went over to Violator at a certain point, and then obviously when Lighty passed, rest in peace. That was a hit to everything that we were doing. So we took another step back, and it was just, for whatever reason, the universe didn't want us to put that out. I feel personally, I chalk it up to me not being ready. And there was some other force, like some external force that was bigger than me. You know what I'm saying?
Spiritual.
It was like a Buddha. Like,
that's
you know
a spiritual
like,
talk going on right now.
It was just telling me like I had to get it together, and like, you know, like it was a blessing in disguise. Like I got to really take a step back. I got to work on records. I got to refine my sound. I got to make records that could potentially impact on a larger scale than like the blogosphere.
Now, what's up with the Violator thing?
We had just started a partnership. We were working with Chris for about 3 months.
Right.
He was kind of overseeing the project, like the tape that we just released. Actually, a lot of those records were records that we were working on, like with Chris.
Wow.
And it was crazy. Like the day before he passed, I remember texting him, because we were supposed to meet. We were supposed to link up the day that Chris had passed. And I hit him. I was like, "Yo, I'm excited. I can't wait to play you these records tomorrow." And it was like I just like recently closed the text. Yeah, because it was so nuts. Like it was so wild. Like he was excited. You know, we were gonna sit down with him, and then the next morning we were speaking with somebody over at the Violator office. She hit us up, and she was like, "We want to push till Monday." We're like, "All right, cool." Wow. And 2 minutes later after rescheduling our appointment with Chris, I logged onto my Twitter, and all I see, like, on my Twitter, the whole feed is just rest in peace, Chris Lighty, rest in peace, Chris Lighty. And I remember, like, I text him. Like, 'cause it's like, you don't want that to be true, you know? It's like this is a legend. This is somebody who, like, he was a believer in what you did, and
a staple in hip hop.
Yeah,
and believing in what you did, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And he was part of our family at that point. Like he had like started, you know, he was part of our team.
Yeah.
And like you're like, what? So I remember I was sitting outside on a stoop of my building for like 2 hours, yo, just like it's like the wind just gets knocked out of your sails. So I mean, rest in peace. Hip hop definitely lost a legend, and we hadn't even announced it yet. Like we hadn't announced that we were a Violator or anything. Like. So it was crazy, man.
What's coming up next for Emilio Rojas?
Oh, we about to go on the road heavy in September.
Can I come with y'all? Join?
Yeah, you can come. Quiz is gonna be with us. You know, he's gonna be running around. I don't know what he's gonna be doing. Maybe he's gonna be shirtless, a little belly out, like a little Buddha.
Nah, man, I'm trying to lose it, man. That's the diet. I'm working on it, big.
Yo, he slimmed down. Quiz slim nose and shit.
Slim nose.
Yeah. So yeah, and then probably another release right before I go on the road. That'll be strictly iTunes, like an EP.
Cool. DJ Quiz, Quizno, thatstuff.com. Heavy hitters.